Well, I've actually got this out now. I just need to pull it out. And there she is. These two bits here were definitely the hardest things to get off. This thing came out easily enough. I'll just put the bolts there. So that's the bolt for the main bearing here, and then the nut for it, and then that's one of the nuts. So that's two nuts. So next step is for me to try to remove this buggered old bushing, but thankfully the Florida sunshine means that none of these components are particularly corroded. The light's not so good here. That looks a bit better. So yeah, so they're in perfectly good condition. I can see where it's starting to crack. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Yeah, you can see that crack there. And then it's completely goosed on that side. So, next step is to get this bushing out. I'll be back. There's the car in all its glory. Well, the light's getting a bit crap in here now. But anyway, I know most people tend to burn the bushings out on these things. What I did was I just took a regular kitchen knife and I actually went round the circumference of the bushing. It's pretty bad light, and that allowed me just to simply get it out. So I know a lot of people will just, God, I'm sweating everywhere. A lot of people will simply burn the thing out, but there it is. It's not burnt at all. It's cut out. The only thing that remains to be done. The light is terrible. The only thing that remains to be done is for me to get that inner ring out so I can put the new bushing in. So I'm just going to clean all this up and see what the replacement bushing looks like. There we go. Well, what I ended up doing was I took a hacksaw blade and I cut through most of this area here. You can actually see a bit of a line there, hopefully. There's a line just here. And then I got a screwdriver and a hammer, and then I put it in there, drifted it out, and then this came apart. So now I've got the whole thing off. You can see the line there now, and I'm just going to put the bushing in. There was two other bands, hard bands, that were in there. They went round like kind of like that inside, and that's that. So this is my polyurethane bushing kit. It's the 7.7105R. It came really quickly. I ordered it on eBay for about $35. It arrived like the day after I ordered it. Or the second day after I ordered it. It was really fast. So it's a three-piece kit. One piece obviously goes in here, and then you have one on one side, and then this bit on the other. This goes together, and then you put this through here. And then you reuse the bolt and the nut. So I've got some lube, so I'm going to lube this up and slip it in. Okay, so there was a little bit of a difficulty there. I was actually trying to put that black silver donut part in first, but what I found was it's easier to put one of the ends on first and then slide in the center part. Now what I had to do was I had to hold this with my hand to get it firmly. I don't have a vise, I've got very simple tools here. I have hardly any tools here, to be honest. And then I used the handle of the hammer, and then I put a bit of force down and got it squared up and pushed it in. So now, presumably, the next part is quite simply just to put this part in, and that should be it completely assembled before I put through this pin to hold the whole lot together. So I'll put some lube on this one and then put it back together. Okay then, so that's that fully assembled. Looks okay to me. I'll clean off the excess once I put this dowel rod through, or pin, or whatever you want to call it. So that's just going in there like that. I'm just using hand pressure. So that looks like it's gone all the way through. Even it up. Right. So there we have it. One fully assembled tension rod. Okay. Well, that's the tension rod installed, so that's the new funky tension rod. And there's the two bolts that hold it in. There's one there and one there. It's terrible light, I'm afraid. The problem I had was on the 240SX form, I was advised to put this end in first and then get the two bolts in at this end. But the problem I had was when I fixed that end in securely, these were actually, obviously because of the worn bushing, it was too long, the distance, so I had to end up sliding the two bolts in first, not connecting them up, and then get this kind of loosely lined up, and then I had to hammer that bolt through. I mean, it wasn't like I had to batter it through, but I had to tap it through and then tighten it up, and then it was fine. So that was pretty straightforward. I just need to get the wheel back on and do the other side. What fun! So anyway, if you've got a problem with your tension rods and you've got next to sod all tools like myself, basically you'll need, not this one, but you'll need a hacksaw, you'll need some sort of old screwdriver or a punch or something, probably need a knife, you'll need a 17mm spanner or a 17mm wrench for American cousins, and same with a socket 17mm again. So there's two 17mm bolts on this end of the rod, and then there's two 17mm nuts, I should say. The bolts are actually built into the torsion arm, the tension rod, and then you've got to take off a nut and then knock out the bolt at this end here. So a hammer, two 17mm, or maybe just one. I've got a kind of deep dish socket there, which isn't much use for the, for doing this one. Obviously you need your wheel brace, you need your jack. So it's a pretty simple set of tools. You don't need a great deal, and I would say probably overall you can probably do each side in about 30 minutes. I'm just going to do the other side. Hopefully it won't take too long. I think 30 minutes hopefully again. You might get that down to 20 minutes depending on how quickly you can jack your car up. I'm just using again the jack that came with the car. So if you've got your own like shop jack, you'll have the thing up in no time. And obviously safety first. I had an axle stand there, and I always put the wheel that's come off under the car just in case anything fails. So there you have it. Signing off now. Well, that's the second one done. It's in there, and it's in there. This one went in a lot easier. I just simply put the two bolts in first, and then I popped the bolt through, put the nut onto it, and that's pretty much it. So fancy looking bushings at the front. Bolts are all tightened up under here. Same with over there. Just need to get the wheel back on. So as I say, it's not a great deal to it. This one, these are all the bits and bobs left over from the old bushing, so you can see what's inside. This one came out actually much easier. I just cut around the circumference. That's the other side. So I cut around the circumference, as you can see around there. I just use that kitchen knife, as I say, sharp one. So you go all the way around the inside of the arm, or the rod. This then pops out. You then turn the thing over, do the same thing again, then you can pull it out. Then you're left with this. So you just start cutting a line with a hacksaw, and then once you get a bit of a split, which you can see here, I just got a small screwdriver like this. This is just a, you know, free from Harbour Freight 5 or 6 pack of screwdrivers that I wasn't worried about breaking. The first one did break actually, which was a bit heavier than this one, but you can see they're just cheap Chinese shit really. But you know, they're disposable. You can use them for this kind of task. There's a coupon out right now for Harbour Freight if you get one free with any purchase, which is exactly what I did today when I bought the hacksaw. So yeah, it's pretty sweaty. I'm dripping all over the place just now, but that's what the weather's like here in Florida. And that's pretty much it. So I shall get this, get the car dropped down, get the wheel back on first, obviously, and take it for a blast and see what difference it's made.